Everybody, I'm Charles Otto, and I'm the Vice President of Georgia Association for Food Protection. And you think it's a little bit funky for having the Vice President. I'm not supposed to be doing this for 2 more years. Well, our President, Katie Murchison, has relocated from Atlanta to Canada. And it was a little far for her to come today. And so she'll be joining us remotely from her home, and she will has provided a video. To get us kicked off in good fashion, I would like to introduce our host for this meeting, Chantel Johnson. Come on up here so the folks all over the world can see you. And Aaron, is Aaron still in the room?
I think he walked out.
He walked out. Okay, you want to say a few words of welcome?
Hello, everyone. My name is Chantel Johnson Mays. I am the business unit manager for Eurofins Microbiology here in Tucker, Georgia. We are happy to host you all at the GAFP 40th anniversary. Just for those in person, just to let you know, the restrooms right behind where you all checked in on the sides of the wall. But if you all are in need of anything, we are here for you. We look forward to those of you that want to tour our facility. We'll have tours at the end of the meeting as well. So welcome, and let's have some fun today.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Again, that is our host for today, and we really appreciate them providing this wonderful facility for us. We couldn't ask for anything more. I was saying this is a time to get together and exchange ideas, and to have a facility like this to do it in really makes it well. We've had some great meetings in the past. We've got a annual business meeting that we're going to be spending a little bit of time giving the reports of the officers, and we have the agenda there that will give you an outline of that. We are celebrating this year to our association with the International Association for Food Protection as part of our celebration year. 40 years ago, this association came together in 1982, and we were able to hallmark that with this conference, and it is to provide an exchange for food safety ideas. This has been working out pretty well for just the time that I've been involved with that. These are your board officers that are leading this. Okay, we again welcome our folks around the globe that are part of this, and this executive board is very mindful of providing a experience for you as individual members, and it also reaches out to people in the food safety profession that are not members yet, but we are hoping to be. We've got past President Cheryl Brown that it was with Starbucks, that was serving before our current president, Katie Murchison, who is with the Coca-Cola Company. Jessica Chin, you notice her being absent today because she had a new presence in her life in February. And Robin was born, and so she is on maternity leave until July. But she is online with us today. I haven't double checked that, but given the duties of motherhood, she is plugged into that solidly. We have our IAFP delegate, Wendy White, over here, who will be making give us a few remarks. I'm Charles Otto. I'm serving as the vice president. And some of you asked if you needed to salute me today. Not today. I retired from uniform 5 years ago after serving 30 years in U.S. Public Health Service. And so Since then, I've helped a few clients, selected clients. So some folks could help the other people better than I could. So I said, go to them and help find them a place. We have Anna Townsend, who is with us today, and she is a member of our board, a new position as the student liaison, and has done a wonderful job and actually been very good for folks like me that were challenged with something called social media. Have you ever heard that term? Well, she introduced me to that and is doing a great job in bringing in a lot of interest to the association through that technique. Inez Ortega was on her way back from Colombia yesterday. So I'm not sure she made it. She said she would try to stop by and be with us. Out in the lobby, you met Stephen. He checked you in. He's our treasurer, and he's been keeping up with our books. So that is the association officers, and we serve at your will. We have an election coming up, and you have the opportunity to serve too in your time. This is Katie, and if the technology works, you'll get an address from Katie. Let's try this and see if it will work.
Hi, and welcome to our Spring 2022 Educational Meeting and 40th Anniversary Celebration. I'm Katie Murchison, your current GAFP President, and while I regret that I'm unable to be there in person with you today, I look forward to what will be an interesting meeting and connecting with many of you virtually today. I've had the distinct pleasure of serving on our board for the last several years, and in that time have come to know many of our organization's past and future presidents. I would just like to take a moment to extend a heartfelt thank you to all who have lent their time, expertise, and leadership to our organization and members in advancing our mission to provide a forum to share information to protect the food supply. GAFP was actually founded back in 1982 as the Georgia Association of Food and Environmental Sanitarians, and in that time we've grown our reach to over 465 members with 122 active members as of today. These members represent all sectors of our food industry, including manufacturing, retail and food service, sanitation and laboratory service providers, public health and food safety researchers, professors, graduate students, and of course our regulatory colleagues from FDA, CDC, the Georgia Department of Agriculture, and Georgia Department of Public Health, to name a few. Our organization simply would not be what it is today without the contributions from all of our members and past presidents. Thank you. I'd also like to acknowledge the efforts of our current executive board and committee members in working to advance our affiliate's mission. You'll hear more on recent activities and accomplishments during subsequent sections of our business meeting today, but we owe our sincere appreciation to everyone who is currently active in their service and lending their time and expertise in service to you, our members. It's a direct result of these contributions that I'm thrilled to be able to share that IAFP has awarded our affiliate with the 2022 C.B. Sjogren Memorial Award for demonstrating exceptional overall achievement in promoting the mission of IAFP. In addition, I'd like to take a moment to recognize two of our GAFP members, including Wendy White, our GAFP past president and current IAFP delegate, who is currently serving as IAFP Executive Board Affiliate Chairperson, as well as Dr. Manpreet Singh, a professor at the University of Georgia, who has actually been a past presenter at some of our GAFP meetings and recently ran as a candidate for the IAFP Secretary in the 2022-2023 cycle. We sit among highly esteemed food safety colleagues in the state of Georgia. Congratulations to you both. As I think about my time on the GAFP Executive Board as president, I look back with special fondness at all of the meetings hosted where we've been able to come together, grow and challenge ourselves personally and professionally, and serve our members in advancing and providing a forum to share information on protecting the food supply. It's really through these meetings and connections that I've learned the importance of participating and being active in organizations and today as we announce elections for our secretary and vice president candidacies, would welcome all of you to consider, either at this time or in future, running for election for our board, helping to shape the future agenda of our organization. Today's meeting is going to be dedicated to the topic of food safety research and features talks from Mark Carter, president of MC² Enterprises and current IAFP Executive Board Secretary, Dr. Faith Kreitzer, Associate Professor of Food Science and Technology at the University of Georgia, and Dr. Chip Manuel, Food Safety Science Advisor from Gojo Industries. For those who are attending our meeting in person, you'll also have the privilege of touring the Eurofins Laboratories following our talks this afternoon. With that, I'd like to extend a special thank you to our 2022 GAFP sponsors, who include Publix, Next Core Food Safety Technologies, and of course, Eurofins, who is graciously hosting our hybrid meeting today. With that, I will now transfer the floor to GAFP Vice President Charles Otto, who will lead you in our annual business meeting. Thank you so much, and look forward to connecting with you virtually today.
Okay, Stephen, you want to come front and center to give us our treasurer's report? This is the man with the money, as they say. But not only that, he has been instrumental in producing a lot of the literature that you see around. And some folks were a little bit put off by the red there in the background. Let me explain that a little bit, Stephen. He was a dedicated University of Georgia graduate, you know, got to show the colors wherever he, but this color was actually selected because the 40th anniversary color is ruby. So that is the ruby color there. So well done there on that.
Good morning. Hope everyone's doing well. The great news I have, and I'll keep this real short, is that thanks to our great sponsors, thanks to our great members that continue to participate virtually and pay their dues, we're in pretty good shape, you know, coming out of 2 years of not really having meetings like this, which historically has been when we brought in a lot of our money and a lot of the things to support all our great scholarships and other outreach programs we put in place. So I want to thank all of y'all for that. If we look, we're in really good shape checking wise. We got $8,533 and some change. Got several checks on top of that, which is going to bring us right around $9,200 if I was to speak today for where we are in checking account. Savings account, we're pretty healthy at $7,259, and we have a CD that will be maturing just here in 2 months at $25,544.86. We could not be healthy like this without, like I said, everybody continuing to renew their memberships and all of our great sponsors. If you got any interest in how can your organization, company, self be a sponsor, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'll be glad to talk to you. Thank you all very much.
Thank you. And Stephen's one of those guys that just keeps on giving. And if you look in the program that he printed out today, you will see a listing of our past presidents. And you will find his name at 2015, 2016. And, you know, we cannot sustain this organization without those types of people that continue to be involved. And just above him, Chef John. And we've got a special presentation by Chef John for us that you will enjoy. You will enjoy, but I want you to see the beauty on that as well. And we've got other dignitaries, and you notice they're on their tags, name tags, it will say president and the year. And we've got Tori and Stivers and Martin Norton back there as well. Wendy is a past president as well. And again, this organization keeps moving forward because of the dedication of its members. And as Stephen said, we have sponsors, and those sponsors are the Cleanse brand of cleaning systems. They are a great corporate sponsor. Eurofins is recognized, as well as Publix. And we've got those individuals here. So your challenge when we take a break is to go find one of those sponsors and shake their hand and say thank you, because those are the folks that help fund this scholarship that we'll be talking about for young investigators. And that is just a great thing. Down at the bottom, you'll find that listing for Georgia Manufacturing Extension Partnership, a very unique program that I only knew about through GAFP. And they have been a steadfast sponsor during the last 2 years in making sure that our webinars were reaching out to our membership, no matter where they were located. Not only that, you, by being here today and you on the line, have the opportunity to benefit from training that is free. We're talking big bucks if you pulled it out of your pocket to go and find that. So not sure what happened to that side, but this side will come on. So you can take this HACCP training through this manufacturer's partnership, but you scan to win. And it's an in-person course, September 8th through 9th. And that's hosted here at Georgia Tech in Atlanta. So if you're interested, scan that. And we've got a couple of posters around outside with that QR code that you can scan. But if you just take a picture of it, I found that those work as well. But thank you for Georgia Tech's partnership on that. In the secretary's report, it is given, secretary position is responsible for our meetings. And we had a virtual meeting with about 90 people registered. 70 of those showed up for the fall meeting where Chef John gave a presentation on how Kroger dealt with the pandemic, and not only for the front of the house, but the back of the house, taking care of all of their good associates in there. And then we also recognized the Jim Ayers Young Investigator Award, and they had great presentations. Did any of you see it live? A few of you. Well, the good news is it's posted on YouTube. Go to our website and you can take a look at it. And then we have had hundreds of views since then because it is there. And so that is the new technology that we're embracing. Speaking of new technology, we did a virtual roundtable in January in partnership with the International Association for Food Protection. We had 420 people registered, 420 from 33 countries for this webinar. And we've had probably closing on 200 views of the recording from that since then. And just extremely well-respected people from the industry. They are involved with that. Wendy, would you like to say a little bit about the international?
Yeah, hey everyone, I'm Wendy White. I am your IAFP delegate. And we are really honored to have Mark Carter here today. So I'm not going to speak too much about our parent organization, because I'm going to let Mark do that from one spot, you know. But I wanted to let everybody know that our parent organization, the International Association of Food Protection, is extremely affordable. And there's a tremendous amount of value that goes into that organization. It truly is an international organization. There are meetings in Europe, in Latin America, in Asia Pacific, all around the world, and of course here in North America as well. This year, our annual meeting is going to be the last week of July, and it's going to be in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Quick show of hands, has anybody attended that meeting? Yeah, good amount, yeah. I personally think I've attended so many food safety meetings over my career, and I really feel strongly that that is the #1 best food safety meeting in the world. It really is. It's a tremendous amount of value. And again, Mark's going to speak to it. But membership is only $55 a year. And so, when you compare that to some other professional organizations, it's extremely affordable. And there are 2 publications that go along with it. The Journal of Food Protection, a peer-reviewed magazine, or excuse me, a peer-reviewed journal, and then Food Protection Trends, which is a food safety magazine.
Thank you, sir. We have committees within Georgia Association for Food Protection that do the yeoman's work. The program committee that the vice president heads up is assisted by all of the folks that are listed in your program there on the sheet. And those are the folks that help put together the meetings, planning and inviting the speakers and all of that. But y'all wouldn't know where to come if it wasn't for the public relations and membership committee doing their work. Nominations committee takes care of getting the incoming officers, but most especially the Jim Harrison one. And that has a long legacy of recognizing excellence in research. We've got the elections that start today for our incoming officers, the 2022-2023 cycle. And we've got one candidate for vice president on the ballot there. And I would like to invite Anna to come up. And recently awarded Dr. Anna, and appreciate your diligence in handling our social media for the year and being our student voice on the board this year.
Well, thank you, Charles. So like he said, my name is Anna Townsend, and last week I graduated with my doctorate in food science from the University of Georgia. I joined IAFP and GAFP during the second year of my master's degree. So I served as the student liaison for about 4 years and greatly enjoyed it. Was introduced to GAFP through Wendy White, who took me underneath her wing when she and I were paired for the IAFP Mentor-Mentee program. And I've greatly enjoyed my time serving with GAFP because it's brought me a sense of not only a wonderful network, but a sense of community here in the state of Georgia in regard to food safety professionals. And if I were elected as vice president, I'd love to continue increased collaboration, not only within and between our affiliate, but also other state affiliates, as well as increase our membership and sense of community through our social channels. So thank you, and vote for me.
I just really wish that in the public ballot that will be before us in a week or so, we would have that kind of enthusiasm and integrity behind the candidates. So thank you, Anna, for your work so far. And again, the ballot is in the mail. Check your email this afternoon and you will find it. And you can scan that QR code or even the QR code on your program and get to that. We have an opening for secretary, and we've got another capable individual that has put her hat in the ring. And this is Sophia Fang, Dr. Fang, who has been a diligent member of the program committee. She has called into our meetings from wherever she happened to be, and very, very appreciative of that. And she is actually managing some of our member engagement for online. Sophia, could you come forward and take a bow and have folks know who they're voting for this afternoon?
Good morning, everybody. So yeah, that's my face. It's a pleasure for me to be here. I'm originally from Costa Rica, so on the past year I've been traveling back and forth. My family has some significant health issues, but I plan to relocate back into Atlanta area this year. So I'm here to serve you. I've been part of the International Association for Food Protection for the past 4 years, in the Georgia Association for Food Protection for the past 2. And I've been serving in this community volunteering, and I look forward to continue serving.
Thank you, ma'am. Again, an excellent candidate, and, you know, based on my experience in working with Sophia and the diligence she's shown from near and far, the work will get done for the association. So thank you, Sophia, for putting your name on the ballot there. We have Mark Carter with us, and this is a special opportunity. As I said, I've been a member of the association, this association, since 2018, and I don't ever remember anybody from international coming down. And he has got two talks for us today. The first is about the International Association. The second, he will be right in our theme of education for food safety research. So both of those topics will be appreciated. So he's going to give a brief introduction from IAFP for the next few minutes of this business meeting. Mark, you want to come on up and say howdy for IAFP?
Sure.
Okay. Did you have slides to go with this part?
You know what? No, Wendy's like laid out a lot of it already, so it's all
Okay.
good. It's no problem at all. Just wanted to say good morning. Welcome from the International Association of Food Protection. Again, I'm Mark Carter. Was elected secretary last year. I guess the best thing I can say about it is the board's constantly working and the association's constantly working. Wendy can tell you, we just had a board meeting last month. 2 days worth of planning, strategizing, and other things like that to try to not only facilitate and help the association globally, but I think one of the things that's always been important, and Wendy can tell you this, like for me, the affiliate meetings are that old saying, kind of where the rubber hits the road. You know, it's kind of like, where do you put things into play locally and then have them go out to where food safety makes a difference, you know, right where you are. So a little bit about myself. I don't know how much you read in the bio, but yes, I am a University of Georgia Bulldog. So it's always nice to come back and be at home, right? So Georgia grew up in Florida. Georgia's my second home though, for sure. I happen to live just across the border where that nasty orange gets worn, but I don't pay attention. But I mean, the association's working. You know, you think about the affiliates, like the international affiliates that are growing. We're growing internationally. One of the things I'm very proud of and active with is our DEI Council, our Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Council. It's been put in place in the last year. And again, that looks at a whole bunch of things. And we just had a meeting about some of the really exciting things that they're working on, both for things at the meeting and things that'll go on during the year and things that'll happen internationally. Overall, financially, the International Association is in fantastic shape. We have the ability to kind of, you know, not only help support affiliates with meetings as we can, because we do support the international meetings. The other thing that we do a good bit though is try to, you know, we think about the travel scholarships for students and different things like that we are working on with the foundation. So one of the main things that we're doing now though is really trying to figure out is when you can tell you, so how to spend some money, right? That means the foundation, you know, is at a certain point, which I think is extremely important, because just like you guys kind of raise money to help things here, the foundation is there to help everyone, right? So there's really some cool specific projects that, you know, I won't like, you know, pull the curtain back on right now, but there's some things that we're trying to do to actually, you know, promote professional advancement, like to promote the opportunities for people to come to the meeting. So, you know, and also to promote research out in general too. So, you know, with that, I mean, I think there's a lot of different good things going on with the association. Like I said, it's nice and strong and healthy financially. We're really active trying to get a lot of different things done, both community-wise and you know, the outreach now. I think one of the things that's kind of interesting is actually looking through where we can help with K-12 education. Right? Can we take programs to that level to start promoting food safety and other good habits up through so we can gain interest, right? We got to fill that pipeline of scientists and folks who are doing different type jobs in the industry, but we'd like to make sure that we can expand the education wherever we can. So anything else you can think of?
Europe meeting?
Yes, yeah, the European meeting just happened. I'll give you a report. I mean, that was really a great turnout. First time since the pandemic that everybody's gotten together. Had about 300 attendees. And for that meeting, the European affiliate ran that, pulled the meeting together. It was both a hybrid and a on-site meeting, just like here. But I think it's one of those times where we've, the success of that meeting and the expansion of the association, and kind of melding ideas from both sides of the pond, basically, is something we're really adamant about, right? So the international meeting was a success. Just happened really the beginning of this month. Just got back from, I wasn't there in Germany, but we had folks just get back from Munich earlier in May. So there's things that come from the international meeting, like ideas and things like that we bring over into the association. But again, it goes with the expansion and the growth that we're trying to get to. So I think that'll pretty much cover everything and a welcome. Again, we appreciate the affiliates greatly. Again, membership wise, like I said, if you can promote the membership, $55, that's a deal. Come on, that's just a deal for what you get. But thanks, and you'll hear some more from me a little bit later.
Okay, Mark, thank you for your time with us today. And, by the way, for that little few minutes, Mark, they paid his way to come here all the way from Chattanooga. Go international. So, and again, it's good to have you back in Georgia. Yeah, you mentioned orange. My colors were orange and blue, but they were from the other school and across the Alabama line there. And yeah, but we'll talk about that later. And Aaron Huckabee, orange and blue from south of the border. So yeah. So anyway,
Go Tigers.
Okay, let's everybody online. Okay, we have almost 50 people registered for the meeting, in-person meeting today. We have over 80 online with us and registered. So they will get some benefit out of this, but really the benefit is this fellowship. It's good to be online, but it's good to be together. We've got Summer Williams, a good partner with us today. They've collaborated in the past with the Georgia Food Safety Task Force. Food Safety Defense Task Force. Come on up and tell us what's going on with Georgia Food Safety and Defense Task Force.
Awesome. Well, good morning, everyone. Since we're talking about colleges, I'd like to say I went to Florida State University, and I see the Gator has already left the room, but I guess I scared them off, but go Noles. So you may have met me during the Georgia Regulatory Breakfast that was held virtually last fall. That was actually 2 weeks after I started my current role with the state of Georgia. So I've had a chance to get my feet wet since then. For those of you that know the lovely Jessica Bador, I've taken her role at Georgia Department of Ag. She has since left to go to the Association of Food and Drug Officials. So it's been a great 6 months since I've started, but I've had some big shoes to fill. And every time I say that, Jessica's like, why are you telling people I have big feet? But if you know Jessica, you know she's awesome. So yeah, I came from the state of Florida, go Noles. I was in a similar role for 6 years with food emergencies, preparedness, and response. But I will say I'm already impressed with the way Georgia works together with their regulatory partners, industry partners, academia, and all these associations, including GAFP. It's super awesome to see. And I want to give a big shout out to Wendy White. She's been extremely helpful in my new role. She's been networking me with new partnerships. I'm really thankful for that. Just this morning, I've already met 2 great people from Waffle House and Kroger. So I'm super excited to work with them as well. But really today, I just want to talk a little bit about the Georgia Food Safety and Defense Task Force. Really, we're kind of like a sister to GAFP. We have a lot of similarities, but really our mission is to establish better lines of communication and collaboration between stakeholders. So whether it be regulatory partners, local, state, or federal, we've got our industry partners, industry associations, and academia. We ensure effective and efficient response to food defense and food safety issues, waterborne hazards, and other public health issues. So on average, we have about 1 or 2 meetings annually. With COVID and between Jessica leaving and me starting, we haven't had a meeting since August, but we've been a part of other things like the regulatory breakfast and this as well. We're planning on doing another meeting later this summer, so stay tuned. But our meetings usually focus on food safety and defense with topics ranging from public health issues, foodborne illness, outbreak incidents. We cover information and data sharing, uniform standards and regulation, food safety legislation, consumer education and training, you name it, we cover it all. So we're really happy that we can start getting back to a face-to-face format, after a few years of this forced virtual world. I think we're all ready to, this has been very nice to meet people out of the box, as Charles says. I know I'm a millennial, but call me old school. I think this is just a better way of networking. And I can't go without saying that we couldn't be a really successful group without our federal funding. We have funding from FDA and the Flexible Funding Model Cooperative Agreement. So we're actually part of a larger network of state task forces known as the Coalition of Food Protection Task Forces, and there's a total of 40 states involved with that. And that's really great because we can partner with other state task forces and do information sharing and see what other states are working coast to coast on. And because of this cooperative agreement, our task force membership is free. And sometimes we have perks like funded training opportunities. I saw some HACCP training courses. If you're interested in that, let me know. We might be able to help you out on funding that. This year, we actually funded some members for a retail HACCP course offered by North Carolina State University. So if you're interested in joining our group and you're not on our email list, I have my email address on the slide. And if you don't want to write it down, I have cards I can give it to you guys. Just email me and I can add you to our email list. If you're wondering what we email you about, we use it for communication about training opportunities, webinars, meetings. For instance, the day the infant formula recall came out, we immediately sent out all the information. We wanted to kind of email all that information out to all of our industry partners. Just recently, we sent out some preparedness documents about hurricane season, which, as you know, starts June 1st. Since I'm from Florida, I love to talk about hurricane season. So yeah, join our email list. And if there's anything that you would like to communicate and share, like any training opportunities you may have, share with our partners, you can send it to me and I can blast it out to our email list that way as well. So today is my first official GAFP meeting. I'm super excited. So thank you very much for having me. This is a really special day as we celebrate 40 years. Yay. So for those of you guys that are here in person, we have some goodie bags, which we'll get out to you in a little bit. So make sure you get a blue bag. And I don't know if there's any questions you may have for me, or if there's any questions online. You can also chat with me on the group. But that's it. So thank you.
Before you go, I want you to talk about one item in your goodie bag.
Oh, yes. Okay. I'll do a little Vanna White show, I guess. So today we are providing you guys with some food safety and defense task force goodies. Sorry to the folks online. But we have a special tiny cutting board. I didn't realize it was so small. So it'd be great for fruit cutting or something. So it's actually right, exactly. It does have the 40th anniversary celebration date and our logos on it. So we're excited to share this with everyone. And there's some other goodies in the bag as well.
For those of you online, I just wanted you to see the cake while it's whole. And believe me, after lunch, there won't be any left. So get a view there. Let's go back up here. There we go. And if y'all will stand by for just a minute, being past presidents, you're vital to this next section here. 40th anniversary, 1992. And we go back in our history that long because of certain individuals, dedicated individuals, came together and said, we need to duplicate what is going on with the International Association here in Georgia. We meet once a year as an international group, and it was a group of researchers at USDA lab in Athens that first had the idea. Dr. Nort, let's see, anyway, got together with UGA food safety folks, and Dr. Boucher. I had a chance to talk to him last week. I hoped he was going to be here, but he's off with mandatory training. Y'all remember that? Y'all ever have that in your organization? Well, he's going to be helping with the elections next week, and he had to show up in for his mandatory training to make sure folks were voting right. So he couldn't be here. We have these past presidents. Wendy's over there. Wanted to give you an opportunity, if you wanted to, at this point in time, to say a little bit about your memories there, and no certain order.
Well, I can always talk, so I promise to keep it short. No, I've gained so much being a part of the Georgia Association of Food Protection. I was a very, very young quality manager in the poultry world, and as Dr. Charles or Mr. Charles said, I'm a UGA business school grad. So I had some catching up to do in food science and learning how to spell salmonella, much less what it was, right? So Dr. Ayers and Daphne Cornelius, who was a past president as well, really encouraged me to get involved. And so I've been a member of Georgia Association of Food Protection since about 96, 97. I'm not exactly sure which year it was. And just learned an awful lot over the years. It's a great opportunity to network with people. It's a great way to get to know. You know, in industry, it's kind of hard to get buddy with regulators when they show up at your door to come do an audit for you. But in an environment like this, it allows you the chance to get to know them and get to talk a little bit in a fire-free type zone, which is just a great opportunity and wonderful. I know so many of the folks sitting out here, it's great to spend a little bit more time with everybody. I love the in-person meetings where we get to network. That's the one thing I miss about going the virtual route. And I'm just proud to be part of a great organization.
I'm Tori Stivers, and I was present. I have to look at the screen. 98, 99, I think. So I just want to give a shout out to Larry Bouchard, who is not here. I was hoping he was going to be here because he is one of our original founders. We're trying to determine the history of GAFP, and apparently there is a box of materials that may be in Canada now, Charles. I was talking to Ray about the history, and we're trying to identify the people missing farther on down on the president's list. But it's been an honor and privilege to be a part of this organization, and I'm so thrilled that it's lasted this long. And that you remembered that it was our 40th, because I think I was around when it was our 30th. I think we had a cake, but we remember very close to the time of the meeting. So it is a great way to network with other food safety geeks and learn about what's going on in the state. And also, I'll just put a plug in for IAFP, because I did serve as the affiliate council chair for a year. That was a wonderful experience, learning how that organization operates and how stable it is. And if you think this is good for networking, the annual meetings just woo, blow it up internationally. So I highly recommend that you take advantage. The membership price can't be beat, and be a part of IAFP as well.
I'm Martin Norton, and I'm retired from the Georgia Department of Agriculture. I was one of the regulatory folks who used to go in some of the places many years ago. A lot of my memories at GAFP. I was president in 2004, 2005. Actually became president in 2003-ish because the president moved to Tennessee, and I was vice president, so I was vice president and president at the same meeting. So a little bit further down the line, if you miss a meeting, you're not coming off. I missed a meeting in 2007, and Sam Matheny and Oscar Garrison, and I think Tori had some play with it. Anyway, I became president for 8 years, 9 years. So, but you can get recruited when you're here. But seriously, great organization, lots of good times. It's a great time to learn and to meet with people outside of the workplace, in the workplace, and dealing with regulatory academia, you know, the whole gamut. Industry, we've got a good group, and it's so glad to see this many people at a return to in-person meeting. Thank you, Martin.
Hey, I'm Wendy White with Georgia Tech, and I actually joined GAFP when it was GAFS, and I joined as a student. And so Dr. Larry Bouchot, who you've heard about today, he said, you know, I was a grad student, and he said, we're going to this meeting, and I said, yes, sir. And so that was my introduction, and it was amazing. And I actually, I was a Jim Ayers Young Investigator Award recipient myself, 3rd place. But it was something I could put on my resume, and I was so excited about that. And so this meeting was actually the first time I presented. And then I graduated, and I actually didn't come for a couple years. And it's one of my biggest professional regrets is that I kind of let that network go. But luckily I came back, and I was lucky enough to serve on the board and be a strong presence in the organization ever since. We restarted the student scholarship, and we've had it going for about 10 years now. And we've given away about $20,000 worth of student travel awards to the IAFP annual meeting. So it's something I'm definitely proud about. And for those of you who are interested in becoming more involved, it's super easy. All you have to do is ask. That's it. So if you want to become a part of our committees, the obligation is very small. It does not take much time at all. We have the program committee, the membership committee, and the awards nominations committee. And so if you want to become involved, anybody and everybody can become involved in those. And if you're interested in joining the board, that's super easy as well. So all you have to do is ask a board member, how do I become involved? Let me talk through what the logistics is, how it works and everything like that. Because every single year we're looking for new people. So with that, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Right on time. Right on time. Thank you, everybody. I want to thank you for the privilege of allowing me to be one of the past presidents. It's been absolutely fantastic. And the collaboration has been amazing over the years. It's my privilege to have brought this cake, and I'm going to read it to you. It says, congratulations on 40 years of food safety collaboration and excellence protecting Georgia's food supply. And with that, I'm going to turn it back over to you because we're right on time.
Wrap up this celebration and give us a little bit longer break, but with a little ceremony. 40 years revolves around some pomp and circumstance, and I come, as you see my bio picture, from a service background, and we have a anniversary, a birthday every year for all the different services, and no different with GAFP this year. And we're going to have a celebratory cake cutting by Mark and Tori being our ranking officers, presidents in time.
He means oldest.
No, ranking, that's, and I want you to come forward and make a cut wherever you can together there. Okay, we got research and regulatory talking together here.
I do.
Happy birthday, GA. Thank you. And we will get this for lunch. Remember, it needs to be eaten, not just in mind. If you think it looks good, wait till you taste Chef John's creation here. So, okay. While we're wrapping up, and if you enjoyed those few stories there, we have got online a Kudoboard. This is something new to old guys like me. What is a Kudoboard? That is where you recognize the excellence of somebody leaving an organization or something that you want to celebrate. It's an online greeting card was the way Katie described it. And I totally agree with that message. And you can go to the Kudoboard. We'll have that playing during lunch too, and just take a look at some of the messages posted by past presidents and folks outside the association offering their congratulations to GAFP.